Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. All right, a really interesting episode, so I'm going to jump right into things. Now, first we see Julius, and he's talking to Vivian, and it's the same conversation that they ended on the previous episode where he says, he's lost his son forever, and he is not ready to accept Maya. And obviously we know that Maya has overheard his words. Julius tells Vivian not to call this a celebration, but Vivian points out that Maya's being her true self and that she is really successful in her life and as a model. Now, while Maya is in her room, everyone is trying to keep themselves busy and they're waiting for it. They know there's some sort of delay, and eventually Rick sends Nicole up to get Maya. Now we see Maya and she's sobbing and she's recalling what her dad's saying about her. And we hear his words as well, like he says he's not walking his son down the aisle and giving him to a man. What Maya is sick, it's not normal. Then Nicole comes in to check on her and she finds her in that condition, sobbing. After that we see Kristen and she's talking to Eric about Brooke and how her life is going, and she heard a little bit about maybe she was talking to Deacon at some point, but Eric points out that Deacon is now married to Quinn and everything's all right with that. And then we see Zende offer Brooke a sleeve of champagne, and she accepts it, and then we see her look at the champagne and then she puts it down. So hopefully we're not seeing drunk Brooke again. But after that we see Julius and Vivian and they meet the Spencers, and at first Julius is, very agitated by Bill, you can tell, and he wants to know if he's the same Spencer that published a story on his daughter. Now, after Bill explains himself and says, he's doing what he had to do, and thanks to him, Maya was able to face her truth. And after they stop talking to Bill, Vivian's upset with him because she says that Julius excused Bill's behavior and pretty much let him off the hook, and Julius doesn't obviously see it that way. Now, we then see Maya and she tells Nicole all the stuff that Julius said about her, and she says that she can't face him. And Nicole wants to know if she's calling off the wedding. And Maya says that she wants to be married, but she doesn't want to remember her wedding day like this. She actually reveals that her mom did back her up and she's happy about that. And Nicole tells her sister to forget about Julius and not to let him affect her moment, not to let him take this away from her. Nicole fires her up and says, go down there and own your day. And Maya says that she can do this. She can pretend that she didn't hear it, and that she can also pretend that he's not there. And then Nicole comes down and tells everyone that Maya's ready to go, and Maya comes down and Julius holds his arm out to her, and it's sort of a tense moment. She turns around and glares at him, and then eventually she takes his arm and her mom's hand and she walks down the aisle, and Rick asks her if she's all right, and she says, I am now. Now Nick starts to say a few words and he asks who gives this woman, and Julius promptly says, her mother and I do. And he goes to ask who gives Rick, and at that point Maya stops the ceremonies and she says she can't hear the kind words that Nick is saying and asking about everyone supporting her when she knows that the words aren't true and that there's one person that does not support her. And then at that point she asks to talk to Julius before she can go on, and that's where we leave things off. So a really interesting episode. I can't wait for tomorrow's. It's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media, and have a great day.